Hey guys, good evening. It is Wednesday, May. Hi, we're waiting on Mick. Having some technical difficulties. So he's going to join us here. We're trying to bring him out. Getting a lot of It's not like a wind band or something. Maybe that. I don't know. I don't know if you guys hear it or not.
I hear it.
Yeah, I do.
I hear a lot of wind. So so May 19th, I haven't told you or whatever. I don't know. I ate something on, I don't know if it was Monday. But man, I've been having a stomach ache, headache for like fucking 3 days. I'm like aggravated as fuck.
No, you got the bubble guts?
Yeah, I've been taking Tums. I tried different things. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I don't know what the hell's going on.
That sucks.
Yeah,
that sucks. What'd you eat?
I don't know what the fuck I ate. I think it was, I got to be honest with you. I took the kids to, what's that bullshit place? Cheesecake Factory. I think it was.
Hey, how dare you call any place that makes cheesecake?
I'm not a Cheesecake Factory. I like their cheesecake.
Hey man, don't talk. Just leave it alone. Then don't ever talk about cheesecake.
I think they're overpriced. I mean, I don't know. I just think
certain ones are not. Certain ones are not.
I don't know. I'm overwhelmed by their menu when I go there. They have so much on their menu that
they got too much on.
I definitely hate cheesecake at like fast food places and stuff. That those ones are just for some reason it tastes like rubber, but I love
my restaurant. Yeah, I like their cheesecake. Yeah, with cherries on top. Yeah, I like strawberries better. But with my restaurant background, I kind of feel this is how I feel about Cheesecake Factory. So when I see somebody that has a menu that is super big, right, and all this shit, I start to wonder how much is that turnover on these food items on this menu, and am I eating something that's actually still good?
Right.
I don't know. So maybe that's what happened, because if you have that much stuff on your menu, you can't be possibly selling every single thing on your menu every night.
Right.
So how long is this food sitting before I actually get the meal that I picked?
And maybe that's why maybe that shit got me sick.
That's why I don't eat food like that. Like I love cheesecake a lot, but when I go, when I was younger, I would get the dessert after eating, but when I got a little older, I was like, nah, I don't want. They ain't gonna bring me that cheesecake that's sitting in there in the window.
Well,
and shit.
I don't know. Honestly, I think you'd be better off eating the dessert than the actual food they serve, because everybody seems like they get dessert when they go there.
Made from scratch.
It's like that's what they're like known for, and there's only so many pieces in a slice. But like, say it's like some kind of like, I don't know, a chicken or some kind of meal that you have to prep and it's sitting there forever. And I don't know, just kind of funny to me when you have a huge menu like that. I kind of steer away. So, because I don't want to end up with the bubble guts.
Sure.
Right, Drake?
I think that's what it was. I don't know. Like, I just didn't like I've had a headache, and it's just like I feel bloated, like fucking pregnant or something.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh.
Probably some food that sat a little too long, or just the prep on it or something.
Yeah.
Not necessarily bad, but just probably a little right over the expiration or something.
No, I ate, you know what, to be honest with you, I ate something Italian there. And I don't like that they have like, Italian, they got, Asian, they got all these,
everything.
You know what I mean? Everything, yeah.
They got everything. They have just like a mixture of everything. And again, how are you possibly serving all of that in a timely fashion before it expires? Or is everything getting caught before, like, oh, okay, well, this sat on a shelf like for a week, nobody ate it, we're going to throw it out? Or are they pushing it to the 10-day mark? Like, what are they doing?
Right.
So
I don't know. One thing for sure, I always check my expiration dates on everything. So
funny story about expiration dates. So back when we lived in Michigan, so Dominik's girlfriend at the time had spent a lot of time at our house, right? And I had called home and I was like, hey, can you empty out the fridge? Just empty, I'm at the grocery store, just make some space. I came home and there was literally nothing in my refrigerator, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? Why is there nothing in the fridge? So he's like, well, and his girlfriend at the time, he's like, well, she said that the expiration on like the ketchups and stuff like that looked like it was getting close, so we threw everything out. They threw out all my condiments. They threw out like my olives from the olive bar I just bought. Like when I said there was nothing in my fridge, fucker, there was nothing. I was so mad.
Right.
I said, y'all over here. I said, and then I realized that's what people who don't grocery shop do. They go ahead and they just throw shit out because they don't care, because they ain't the ones spending the money on it.
Especially if it's something that they don't eat or never.
Right. Well, when you live with your mom and she does all the shopping,
right,
you don't worry about it. Yeah, what's a few condiments? I literally had to spend like $150 in condiments just to have some shit in the door of my fridge again. They tossed everything.
Just buy a bunch of cheese.
Right? I love cheese. Cheese is the staple that holds my life together.
I swear to God, I'd put cheese in cereal if I could.
Same.
I swear to God.
While we're waiting on them, I might as well just start the show and go into some topics. So,
okay.
So, I don't know if you guys saw this. So, they're saying there's a problem with because of the gas situation. There's people having problems with finding chicken wings, diapers, new cars, shortage on a lot of things. Of companies.
Cooking oil.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Ketchup too.
Yeah, so I don't know if the gas is affecting what's going on. That it's of course, if you're a truck driver, you're carrying a lot of this stuff. I don't know if the gas is kind of sprinkling down in having all these problems. Just like with toilet paper and all that stuff. Everybody went crazy. We saw. I mean, you saw it on the news. People were in Florida. My uncle was in Florida about a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, he said, "Yeah, people are filling up gas in paper bag. I mean, not paper bag, garbage bags." And I was like, "Why? I don't understand."
You know what? They're getting because everybody's getting mind fucked, and they're getting scared and panicking because there's no gas. Oh my God! Well, how am I gonna? I better stock up on this and that. It's just like natural reactions. That's just my opinion, and there is some people that freak out like that, and you know what I mean. And maybe they're just being extra, taking extra precaution because of, like we talk about all the time, and we should, like, everybody's getting a little bit too comfortable, with everybody, all the vaccinations and, things opening up and the fans in attendance for this and that. So I just think like it's a combination of both. People, you know what I mean. As long as everybody wears their masks, I'm okay with whatever you want to do and spend your money on. That's fine. But I think it's just like it's instinct, especially after dealing with what we just dealt with, the COVID and everything, and just what I mean. So I think certain people, a lot of people are traumatized from what happened, man, and still are just in that like reaction mode and just gotta have this, gotta have make sure we have that. And and like I said, I don't blame them. It was very, very, just over a year ago, it's still, if you sit back and think about it for 10 seconds, it was very scary. I was scared. So, I'm not, I don't want to call nobody, crazy or nothing like that, but I just think it's just natural reaction. And like, like I said, just taking extra precaution, combination of a few things. And, like I said, with the gas thing, just, I don't want to have to worry about going out again. You know what I mean? So
that's crazy though. People are filling up garbage bags. Come on, man.
Right? Yeah.
I think
I can't answer.
I think people panic, just like the toilet paper thing. What was the purpose?
Right.
Like, don't you have fucking showers? If you don't have toilet paper, can't you fucking go wash your ass? You know what I mean?
Personally, I feel like I would freak out. I know it sounds crazy, but I would freak out more about gas than showers than toilet paper, because I look at it like this.
Right,
if I don't have gas, I can't get to work. If I can't get to work, I can't make money immediately. I can't, or people who, I also saw this guy who was filling up drums, and I thought, okay, maybe he has a business that his trucks run on gas, and he's got to send them out.
So
you got to think of it two ways. Right. So I feel like there should have been a limit that he shouldn't have been able to fill up 10 drums in the back of his pickup truck.
and stuff like that.
Right.
When you go into the
Exactly. There's
Right.
limits on everything right now. But I also thought, okay, well, you got to think. Maybe he has a business, right? And he's got 10 workers and they all go out in a truck. And if he can't send his trucks out, his workers can't go out. And now his workers can't work either. So then it's a domino effect. So I can understand in a sense, but I still feel like there needs to be a limit on stuff because, not everybody can afford to fill up 10 drums of gas. And you might just be that one person that really just took their last $100 to fill their tank, right? And it might be important, it's important for those families to be able to get what they need as well. So I try to see both sides of it. I think that also not just the gas, but I feel like a lot of things are affecting it, even down to people, the capacity of people being able to work, the people that are still being able to work, and just things in general. So I don't know, just be cautious of what you're using and what you're spending, people, and try to leave some for your fellow neighbor. We're all trying,
Right. No, I get it.
Do you
So,
hear that noise?
huh?
I said, do you hear that noise? Is that me?
It's just a lot of air.
Okay.
I switched my headphones real quick.
It sounds like air or water on my end.
That's air, water.
Yeah.
So he's got to reschedule because he's having
Hmm.
Switch back.
an internet issue.
Okay. Does he want to call in? Or would he prefer to reschedule?
Yeah, we'll just reschedule.
Okay.
I don't want to offer him that because I think it's better to have a video.
I agree.
So we'll move on. So Miss Mexico, Andrea Mez, was crowned Miss Universe 2021, and I'll play a little bit of her video here.
She's hot.
She's all right. I'm just.
She's just all right. I should have been Miss Universe. I'm just kidding. We'll be laughing at all the questions.
Is that right? I actually dated Miss Teen Arizona.
Really?
Yeah.
There's not a perfect
When you
way
were a teen, I hope.
situation such as COVID-19. However, I
was,
believe that what I would have
I was in my
done
20s. She was
was
like 8.
Okay.
create the lockdown even before everything was that big. Because we lost so many lives. We cannot afford that. We have to take care of our people. That's why I would have taken care of them since the beginning.
So that was
Hey, Phoenix. 4 out of 5 UTI grads get.
That was her. So congratulations. But so there's been a lot of talk because she is a transsexual. I don't know. How do you feel about that? I mean, we've had a transsexual on the.
Wait, I missed that. I didn't know she was transsexual.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I heard that there was a lot of talk. Someone was saying Puerto Rico or Peru. Somebody was saying that they should have won, that her answers to her questions weren't as good. And then I actually, when I had went out last night and I talked to you, I was with a friend who was a several title holder, Miss Asian Arizona. And she even said the same thing in regards to the questions, that her answers weren't as fluent as the other one, and they could have been a little stronger. So I didn't actually see the whole show, so I don't know exactly what the other one's question was, but that seems to be the feedback. But no, totally missed that she was transsexual. Ooh, she's hot.
Yeah, didn't see none of that.
I don't think that should really matter, though. Like, she lives her life as a woman. It's not like she's cross-dressing or something where she's a man all day long and then decides to be a woman for the show, right?
One quick second.
So I don't think that should matter. Do you?
So I don't know. I mean, I think she's beautiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. I think she's beautiful, but she's got a cock.
Yeah. There's that. So there's that.
There's
So
that.
there's that.
I don't know. It's. Like I said, I think she's beautiful, but it's definitely a big question for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I thought she was a woman, so I started reading the article. But
Looks
I think
like a woman to me.
I mean, what do you think, Alex? Do you think she should crown Miss Universe if she has a big?
Jesus. I don't know. Did they ask her if the final question was, do you eat ass? And she said no, then no. So.
Is it true? That's Alex is into everything. It's his answer for everything. As long as they eat ass, they qualify.
You're good to go, but no. So no, I mean, how is 2021, man? Everything's changing. Things are changing. That's when as far as the pageant. I mean, who am I to speak on something like that? Like, I have grown up watching a lot of those. You know, my mom and my sister used to watch them, and
right.
You know, they would watch. I would just be in there making fun of stuff, acting like a clown and stuff. So, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, times change.
Like I said, from a pageant standpoint, since she is, you know, she has a cock, that she deserved to be Miss Universe.
You know what? Maybe they need their own. Maybe they, and I don't mean that in a negative way.
I agree. That's a good idea.
Maybe they should have their own pageant. I mean, they have their own everything else and their own community and all that. So, hey. Chip in, put your money together, do what you do, and you know, and
yeah,
you know, I can see that down the road. I mean,
well, I think you're right because
things evolve, things change.
Yeah,
sometimes you can't stop that. So, you know,
that'd be a hell of a show, boy.
Right. I mean,
man, I don't know. They'd be shutting down other women, like making me feel ugly. Fuck.
I mean, she's beautiful. She was beautiful. I didn't know she had some big balls. You know, I don't know.
Well,
right.
Oh my god.
You didn't know she had some. You didn't know she had some maracas, huh? It's okay.
What if they're not big? What if they're small?
It could be.
Rooster nuts.
I mean, like I said, man. Hey. Get with the times, I guess.
With the times.
I think having certain I think having a show for them specifically would be good for the other contestants that maybe don't agree with it. Because I'm sure there's contestants that don't care. They're like, you know, you live your life as a woman. To me, you're a woman. It's not like you're whipping your dick out on stage. You're not whatever, right? But I'm sure there's contestants. Obviously, there's people that are saying it wasn't fair. So maybe they should have their own show so that there is, you know, they feel equal and other people don't have a problem with it. I don't know.
I mean, it will produce more jobs if you want to look at another, you know.
I think they deserve it anyways. I think they deserve it anyways because I'm sure there's other transsexual women that want to. I can see something like that on its own
entire network. I don't know, like on the women's channel. I'm just saying. Look at all the shit we see on television nowadays. So I mean, would you be surprised if you seen a pageant of that going on?
Not at all. I would like it.
I would like to see it. So.
All right. So Paul Mooney, I know this wasn't in the thing, but Paul Mooney, comedy guy, 79. He wrote a lot of stuff for Richard Pryor, and I'm gonna play real quick.
How did he pass?
He had a he had a heart attack. Yep. So this is a clip from Chappelle's show.
Can black guys jump high?
Yeah, you got to jump. You got to do something when you run into the police.
I ask you why you walk like this? Huh? Only black guy. Why?
Why you act like you walk? Because we have style, we got flavor, we got rhythm. I mean, the black man in America is the most copied man on this planet, bar none. Everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga. How about that?
Yeah, that's fun.
Break down in a minute too.
Yeah, why we black people like to smoke so much weed? Can you tell me why?
Well, I have a question for that nigga. Where are your teeth? It's like a party. They have that in their blood. Sometimes they can go overboard, and it's real sad. And don't ask me about drugs. Ask Whitney and Bobby. Don't ask me.
That was Paul Mooney. Alex wanted me to get this sound effect, and I don't know which one's better. The 10 bell salute or the back
Depends on the situation, you know what I mean?
Okay,
the
so
10 bells are for fighters. So
okay, so
you know what I mean?
I'll play this.
And then there's that one.
All right.
Can you imagine the joke he would say to you after that?
So
I say something like, "You're just as bad as
So another actor died. I guess those bells would we could do the bagpipe. Charles Goodwin from Midnight Run. Yeah, passed.
Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't see that. Damn,
that was sad.
He was funny, man.
Yeah.
He was funny.
I loved him. I loved him in Midnight Run with Robert.
Right.
But
yeah, he was funny.
Yeah, he was funny, man.
Well, I remember him from Beethoven.
Beethoven.
Yeah, I mean,
Beethoven.
like he was pulling his hair out, whatever. But damn, he was a good actor, man. Good.
I didn't know he was that old. I thought he was.
I thought he was younger too.
I mean, he was probably in his 40s in the early when he was doing those movies in the late 80s, early 90s, man.
Right.
Yeah.
He was probably like 41, 42. I don't know. Yeah, good actor.
Yeah, what do you think this is, a class trip?
Class trip.
Ex-cop.
Are you always this angry?
A sensitive criminal.
Oh, no, come on. Cigarettes are killers.
Why are we running away from the FBI?
Because I got to bring it back myself, otherwise I won't get my money.
They can't fly. I also suffer from acrophobia and claustrophobia.
I'll tell you what, if you don't cooperate, you're going to suffer from fistophobia.
They're seeing America the hard way.
Why would you eat that?
Does it taste good? At gunpoint.
What did you do before you did this? What qualified you for this?
He's gay.
I mean, yeah, he was. You know, when you say movies, he did a lot.
How old was he?
86. I didn't think he was that old.
Right, yeah, I would have never thought that either, though.
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah. So there you go. At the bagpipe. Joe Rogan, straight white men are being silenced by woke culture.
Fuck him.
By what?
Fuck him.
You know, they've been talking about cancer culture.
Yeah.
He's talking about white culture, and I'll play a little clip of it.
You know, okay.
He knows how to stay in the media, bro. That's why he's got one of the top podcasts.
Yeah.
Because he's a dickhead. Like he is cancel culture. Like being an asshole to me, cancel culture is being an asshole. He's just not a good person.
To all these demands, it will eventually get to straight white men are not
definitely a character.
It will be, you're not allowed to go outside because so many people were imprisoned for so many years. I mean, I'm not joking.
No, I know.
It really will get there. It's that crazy. You know, we just got to be nice to each other, man.
He knows what he's saying. He's not fooling me. He knows exactly what he's saying.
So it's obvious you're not a fan, Tori. So
No, I'm not.
tell me, did you read
I think
this
it's
article?
comical. I think it's comical that he finished it up with, "We just got to be nice to each other." He's the most
Exactly.
unnice person there is.
Right.
So
That's what I mean.
you got this. He's a hypocrite. He's a bigot. He's undercover racist. When I think of cancel culture, I think of things that were okay to do because of racist or mean demeanors or things that were okay at a time when the white man's privilege was number one, right? So now you have people that are saying, wait, this isn't right. This was racist, or this was sexist, or this was whatever it is, and people are speaking up, and he doesn't like it. Go figure.
Right.
So, and then you him of all people, like he's half the time he just comes from an evil place as it is, but then follows it up with let's be nice to each other. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Fake fuck.
Sounds like a big fan in the background somewhere. Someone got a fan out? Or like a window open? Get a window open out?
Yeah, but I mean, there's not no wind blowing. I got a fan on me. I got a fan on me, but it's
is it your headphones? Oh.
Yeah, because it just sounds like. I don't know if you're hearing that.
I don't know what that is. Then I got the same fan on me that's always on me.
Been on you.
It's a small fan though. It's not blowing all hard or nothing either.
Oh, that's weird.
It's a stand up. It's one of them stand up. Like it's not a regular fan that spins round and round. It's one of them other ones that kick out. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
One of those. So I don't know what that is.
So what do you feel about this, right?
Let me turn something off. Maybe.
I think he's like Alex says. I think he likes to stay in the media. He likes to make statements. He's.
I think it's his headphones. I think it's his headphones.
That thing might be your headphones out. Because when you put them down, it went away. Yeah, it might be your headphones out because it sound.
I don't know.
When you put them down, it went away for some reason. No, I think he likes to say things to get the media stirred. He's definitely
a pot stirrer. He's a pot stirrer.
Yeah.
Is it gone now? Is that better? Is that a little better?
Yeah, it's gone now.
Okay.
It's gone.
Yeah.
No, I'll leave him out. That's fine.
Okay. He's a big conservative. He supported Trump in so many different ways. He's definitely to the right. So he likes to say crazy things. And I think he, someone like Howard likes to say things sexual that made him jump out, that made people think he's a shock jock or whatever the case may be. Right. But you got Rogan that says things like political stuff, says things about certain things like that. And, like I said, he's just trying to stay relevant in the media. I think that's and he got the $11 million contract from Spotify. He got it for a reason. So
isn't that fucked up that people pay $11 million to hear a bunch of hateful ass shit?
Well, he's got the subscribers.
Fucked up that you have to spread hate. That you have to spread hate to be relevant.
His UFC contract whatsoever.
No, I think he got punched in the head a few too many times.
Right.
Okay, so let's look at what was the other guy, the crazy Republican that died recently? What the hell? What was his name? No, he had a radio show. He said crazy.
Fuck.
Followers.
God, it's right at the tip of my Rush.
Yeah. Well, Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah.
So
he
would say crazy bullshit, and guess what? People loved him.
People loved it. And what's crazy is people actually said he wasn't hateful. Like, I don't even know what are they drinking? Because I don't know how you couldn't listen to any of his shows and hear the hate and hear the things that he was saying as hateful banner. Like, he had like a cult following. That's all I can.
You would
call
think
it.
you would think they were WWE stars or some shit like from that. Why you think the Stone Cold Steve Austin, the anti-hero?
I gotta be
Love that
honest.
shit, man. I mean,
When
I
I
don't
was-
know what it is either, fake or not. People love anti-heroes. They love to hate people or hate to love people. I don't know.
I know this is a huge
Can't explain it.
sports subject. I know it's a shitty subject, but I was listening to the news today, and they were saying, about Israel. They were saying they got some Republicans in the government are saying this is crazy what we're doing or what they're doing to these people, and then you have some Republicans, they need to defend themselves. What are you? You know what I mean? I'm thinking to myself, what are you thinking? Yeah, what are you thinking about?
That's why I sent you guys those clips. A little something that I was listening to because it's crazy. And when I hear those clips, it makes me want to talk about politics a little bit more. But then again, it sickens me at the same time. It's like,
I was having a conversation.
Train of thought, I don't understand.
I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday about this topic, and I don't run like the Israel government. The Jews went through crazy stuff with the Nazis, So why are they oppressing somebody that they went through the same shit? Why would they do that to anyone else? You know what I mean? Like they should be the ones that are not oppressing somebody. That shouldn't be. You know what I mean? Like I don't get it.
No control.
They went through the Holocaust, right? And then now they're oppressing people because they're not Jewish. Like I don't understand.
There's just no control, and you would think, the U.S. They look at us
Exactly.
like the U.S. has
It's the
everything
exact
under
same
control.
thing.
Do we?
It's the exact same thing. And then
It's the exact same thing.
I think a lot of times people don't want to speak out because they're going to say, what the Jewish people are going to say? Oh, you're anti-Semitic. Oh, you know what I mean? And they're not. You're just telling. What are you thinking about?
Well, there's a lot of Jewish money over here in the U.S. too, and it has a lot to do with greed, and it has a lot to do with the funding that the Jewish people have in their poll they have here. So I feel that it's all connected by greed, and that's why people aren't going against the grain and speaking up for them. And it's inhumane what they're doing.
Right.
And I don't care if you're red, blue, left, right. How can you not see that it's inhumane?
Right.
And then you're going to have, people, Jewish people who are going to not even care. They're diehard for their country. So whatever they go with, they're going to go with it too, even if it's fucking wrong. Like you said, though, they're doing the exact same thing that was done to them.
Right. Which makes
it makes zero sense. It makes no sense. But they're the first that want to say something, about what happened to them and why they deserve all these rights and these things. But you're literally no better than them now. You're literally no better than the Nazis were, at all. Sad.
So we'll move on to some more entertainment. Naomi Campbell. I didn't know she was this old, but I thought she had children. So she welcomes her first child, baby girl. So congratulations. Yeah. Isn't she the not the actress, but the model that flipped out and threw her phone at somebody? Or didn't she did some crazy shit back?
She's had some crazy.
God, what model hasn't probably done that?
Well, fuck, they're hungry. When you're hungry, you want to throw your phone at anybody. They're just cranky, right? They're hangry. But, people were saying, somebody had said, I didn't think you should be having a baby at 50. But you got to think, she's rich, okay, and she's a model, but she's been taking care of her body for a while. So when you're rich, the 50 is really like the new 30 because you have all the supplements and all the doctors and all the things that you need to make your body healthier or to stay healthy to produce, and carry a child. So I'm happy for her. I'm glad she got to have a baby at 50, and she just proved science wrong and other people wrong. And
I would love to have
awesome.
I would love to have a child. But I got to be honest with you. So I'm going to be 48. It doesn't make sense for me anymore to have a child, and the reason why is, let's say 20 years, I'll be 68. You know what I mean? I just think it's too old now.
I don't want to be 60 going to kindergarten
right.
roundup.
That's how I
Yeah.
look at it. You can barely throw a baseball now. Can you imagine throwing one at 60 something?
I
Trying
thought about it. And then I also thought about like adopting. I was like, well, maybe another child. At one point I thought that. Right now, I just mentally, I don't know. I want kids that are older and just deal with that. Zach, his condition, I was like having a baby for 21 years. He regressed. So for me, like having a baby right now, it's like, I don't have a baby anymore, and I'm just here. So it would be a lot. And I have a friend who, she's one of my best friends. She had a baby late in life, and he's a fucking adorable, right? He's going to be 2. He's 1.5, going to be 2, but he had, I don't know. I want to take a nap when I want to take a nap. I want to go when I want to go. And I know she's like, listen, she tried to talk me into having a baby when she was pregnant. She's like, you just need to get pregnant. I was like, I don't even have a man. I need a man to do that, right? She well, not really, but she kept saying it to me. She's like, just let's have babies together. I'm like, no.
And look, and you know what? Look, that's one thing that when I was younger, I used to think about, like, I mean, not that young, much younger, but like a teenager, like, okay, you just say, you just triggered something in my head. There's certain women, and I know it would, back in the day, it was usually women that were like 40 or older, or usually from, at least from what my opinion, they couldn't have babies, and then you would adopt, or you would do the DNA thing and all that. But it's like that's just, I'm just thinking about that, and I'm like, wow, like that, it's such a big responsibility. I mean, like we were talking about it, and it's just like, wow. But then it's like, well, damn, single mothers. I don't know. I just had some crazy thoughts in my head. I don't know, kind of making no sense. But I just thought about that, and it's like, damn, like, I've never known nobody that's like that close to me that's adopted or done something like that. So, have you ever thought about that, or talked about it? Like, not, like I don't need a father. Some women think like that. I'll be the father and mother.
I've been a single mom for forever. Even when I was married, I was a single mom. So it did to me, it is what it is. If you're either strong or you're not. And my kids always had, like, guy figures in their life that uncles and stuff like that. But would I want my kids to have both parents? Absolutely. But if there's not necessarily having a child. If I got pregnant, I got pregnant. It is what it is, right? But if I were to adopt, I would totally be a foster parent by myself. No problem. I think giving a child, love and life and a home and stability is way more important than me saying, oh, I need to have a man in my life, because I'm a boss. I can do that shit by myself, right? And and I thought about it because I just have so many friends that have done it, and it's so rewarding. And I just feel like there's so many kids, to get off topic, but still on topic. All these people have this issue with abortion and all these things, but nobody gives a fuck about these kids that are in foster homes
that's what I was really I couldn't put a grip on.
You're pro-life when it's in the womb, but you're not pro-life when it's sitting in a foster home, being put through the system. And only the little kids are getting adopted, but the teenagers, they end up aging out because nobody wants to adopt them because they're older and they might have more issues.
I mean, and that's
they just want a family to love.
7 to even and on up. In my opinion, I would think it would range from those ages, like, that are hard to adopt after. Maybe even 5 years old, after a kid is 5 and up.
Say about 6,
like, like once
the birth to 5 years old, it's like,
once the cuteness starts to wear away a little bit, about 6 or 7, it's like, no, I'd rather, what I mean? So, and that's so rough. And that's what I'm thinking about, exactly what you just said about, like, back in the day, it was like the abortion and, the single parent is just like, but you still have a woman can go get pregnant without even having like, what I mean? This is it.
So you want to hear something crazy? There was so
Anything's
Zach
possible.
would go to MDA summer camp, right? And he would there are all kinds of kids. Well, at this time, he was still on the side where he had a woman counselor, because once you get a certain age, you don't have women counselors. You go and you have a boy counselor, right?
Okay.
So he was on the side, right? So he was younger, and he was on the side with a woman counselor who I'm still friends with, and she was taking care of Zach and one other boy, and the boy had Duchenne's, and he was in the process of being adopted by a foster mom, right? Well, the boy also had another brother who had Duchenne's, who also attended the camp. And that boy, okay, so when I saw the boys, the one boy was at the camp and he was still with his parent. So the mother gave one of them up.
Oh no!
Right, and kept the other one. The one that she listen. The one that she kept. I'm like, okay. So the one that she kept, he was a little bit older, and he was in a wheelchair already, and he had he had a gold chain on and things you don't wear to camp, right? But he had a cell phone, he had Jordans on and all this designer shit, right? And then the little kid who was 6, who was still walking, he had you could tell his clothes were a little hand-me-down, and he didn't really have nice tennis shoes. And then the kicker of it all is I come to find out that they're both family members of a prominent Detroit rap artist. I'm not going to say a name. I'll let y'all figure that out. But so the mother in that family kept one of the boys and gave the other one up. And every summer I would see this boy and I would feel so bad because I just wanted to adopt him, knowing what he was going through. And, that struck a nerve with me with the pro-life thing. Everybody, not everybody's pro-life about the fetus in a womb, but what about life after? And I seen from 2 different sides, and they're actually, they're brothers, but the mother kept one, and maybe she couldn't take care of both of them. But I was so mad at that family for a very long time. I know I got off topic, but I just wanted to fill that in because there's so many kids that need to be loved and adopted, and and then there's special needs kids on top of it. So
I mean, that's why I kind of veered off and kind of brought that up because, once again, like I always preach, like we always talk about on this show, everybody has their own story, and for Naomi Campbell to have a child at 50 is pretty amazing.
I think it's awesome.
She was, and I did a little she was discovered at, just so I don't get it wrong, she was discovered at 15. She was already reached fame in the 80s, the 90s.
Before she was an adult.
So she didn't have a life. She was in 7 years old. She was in Bob Marley. She was in Bob Marley's "Is This Love" video at 7 years old in 1978.
Oh wow!
So she ain't never had a break.
Yeah, no, she deserves it. She deserves it.
That's amazing to me that I read. I found that out, and I'm just like, wow, okay. Most people would, my God, why is she having a baby? She's too old. She's too this. She's too. Mind your own business. You got to relax. I mean, you don't know what someone's went through.
About having babies, the best part is making them. So there you go.
I would have to agree.
Oh boy. Agreed.
So Rey Mysterio, this is pretty historic. Rey Mysterio and his son Dominik are the new SmackDown champions, father and son.
You find out about the SummerSlam match? Is it does your dad present it to you? Does Seth? How does this all happen? And are you just a bit like, is this a rib? Is it a joke?
Yeah, that's how it actually started, because I didn't know what was going on. I just go based off of what my dad tells me. So we were traveling and we had just finished with the Raw, and he goes, they want you and Seth for SummerSlam. I was like, okay, yeah. Like, yeah, sure. Okay. I was like, yeah, they want me and Seth for SummerSlam. Okay.
I don't know. I found this. I don't know what this was, but Alex probably knows more than I. But
well,
you know,
that was before the pay-per-view and the fact that you know that he was going to get his first match. That's why it was such a big deal, because he was doing his first match with his father out there with him. So that's, I mean,
they're the first in history father-son duo to win tag team championship.
I mean, look how he talk. He's like 6'1", I think he is. He's 24 years old, man. So, I mean, yeah, he towers over his father. But no, I just thought that was.
It was a good match.
That was awesome. It was. You know, hey man, he's doing good. He got a long way to go, obviously, but man, doing the frog splash, and for he's 6'1" guy to be doing what he's doing. That's you could tell that he's learning and stuff. So, I just thought that was really cool. You know what I mean? I kind of knew they were gonna win. You know, some of the pay-per-views you can you know who's gonna win what and stuff like that, depending on what, if there is storylines, which there really ain't no more. So, but yeah, I just thought that was cool, man. You know, first time ever, man, and WWE is good for that. You know, first making history. So, I thought that was pretty awesome. So, I don't watch Raw no more at all. I'll tune in. I'll watch certain matches and stuff like that, and I kind of skip through certain stuff. But you know, I'm gonna watch him. I'll watch his matches and stuff just to see him progress. But yeah, I thought that was dope, man. I mean, we've been watching Rey Mysterio, since like 95, man, 96, man.
Forever, like past 25 years.
I mean, that guy just, he's got 9 lives and another 9 in his back pocket. So yeah, I thought that.
Yeah,
was really cool.
he's proud too. He's got to be proud.
Yeah, for them, and
Proud
I'm sure they were. I know those were all real tears. Whether it's it's scripted or whatever you want to say, but I mean, it's when they put belts on people like that in billion-dollar companies, they're doing it for a reason, and so
are those I don't watch wrestling, but are those belts or those new? I'm like looking at these belts and I'm like,
well, you know how they used to do. I'm pretty sure you've seen the first time they did like a draft and they were trying to split the brands. Well, it's kind of something like that. So what they did was, it's too many belts, man. Saturated. That's the word tonight. Like Tori used earlier. It's just, those are the SmackDown tag team belts, and then Raw has their own set of belts. It's too much.
Why did they do that?
Away from something meaning so much, but
why did they do that for?
It is what it is. I don't know. And what's crazy? SmackDown is actually the better show nowadays. That's crazy because Raw was a flagship for 20 plus years, 25 years. So, but
why don't they
got? They're on Fox. So
I know they're trying to push people. But why don't they just have one championship? And then the cruiserweight,
bounce people around, right?
So they can bounce people around between shows.
Yeah,
more ratings.
It gets too like I said, oversaturated, and it just becomes.
Yeah, there's too many belts. It doesn't.
Well, this is the thing. They have no choice but to split it up in shows or not, or you'd have an 8-hour show when it comes on.
Right.
They have so many wrestlers.
The 3-hour show of Raw is just. It's way too long, man. It's too long.
Lot.
2 hours of wrestling is all I needed back in the day. 2 hours of good, solid wrestling, but it's like a.
Well, I know. I mean, if you go back, I know why there was 2 shows. There's one to compete with WWC or WCW, and one to compete with Thunder. Thunder's gone.
Well, I get rid of. You got AEW now. Now it's like this: Monday Night Raw. On Mondays, and then Tuesday you got NXT. That is another WWE product, but it's its own brand in itself,
its own entity. Yeah,
and that show is the best show right now. It's NXT. It's 2 hours. It's not 1,000 million lights flashing in your eyes and all this stuff going on, and you know what I mean, the Thunderdome and all that, which is cool, but it's simple. It's more basic.
It's a little more,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
it's more basic, more raw,
So,
just real deal.
It's more. It focuses more on the in ring and all that. So NXT is killing it. And then you got AEW on Wednesday. So the only day that these writers and podcasters they have off is really Thursday. And then you got
Thursday.
SmackDown, so.
I wonder why I don't watch wrestling anymore.
So
It's too
if you do a wrestling
much.
podcast, though, but if you're doing like a wrestling,
Listen, Drake, we don't need
podcast
this
and all that,
negativity in our lives.
It's good. It's good for them, for the ones that actually cover that. You know,
Can't we just get one fucking show Monday Raw? That's
right,
done with?
right. Hey man, but you know what? That's a good thing though.
Go back to Raw is more.
Right. But that's a good thing for them, anybody trying to come up and get involved in that business, because it's more opportunities, man. And that went away for a long time. Like you just said, you know, WCW, I mean, Vince McMahon bought everything. So the fact that there's, you know, these other options that a lot of these guys have to move around,
good.
Makes it better for the fans and
wrestling show.
And, yeah, you know what I mean? My daughter got away from it real quick. You know, she went to shows with me for about 2 years, and then that was a wrap. She was just like, I can't.
Go to all the shows.
I was like, well, I guess I'm on my own. It's all good.
What is it? How do you say his name? Juantarius Bryant will not try out for NFL teams after claiming he was tricked about Falcons' opportunity. And I'll play the video, and then you could probably.
Future bets for the NFC. The Atlanta Falcons. I want the Falcons to finish second in the division. This team is pretty complete, and now that they've drafted tight end Kyle Pitts, who's drastically changed their Super Bowl odds, I think this team can make noise, and I actually like them better than the Saints this season. The Carolina Panthers. I like the Panthers under 7.5 here. Sam Darnold.
I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. I thought I called the video.
Betting information or betting advice.
Talking about, he said he's been tricked about the Falcons' opportunity. What happened?
Can you? Well, can you imagine busting your ass and you're sitting there maybe at home with your family and you know your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, whoever, and you think that you're gonna get. You got an NFL tryout, something you've been working for your whole entire life.
Okay.
To find out that it's a hoax.
So can
you imagine? Like, no, it was. I mean, for somebody to pull a trick like that is like. I mean, like you have got to really hate your life, man.
So the organization did that? What? Tell me.
No. Somebody, a scammer. That thought that was funny, sent him an email.
Something I would do.
It says now Sunday. Bryant announced Sunday that he was tricked into thinking he had a trial with the Atlanta Falcons. Per a statement that he posted on social media, someone called Bryant from Atlanta area code and pretended to be defensive coordinator Dean Pease from that obviously works for the Atlanta Falcons staff. When Bryant, so he got the call. He's all excited. It didn't go into detail how long. No, if he told him to show up the next day, that day, 3 days later, so you can't imagine. But even one day, thinking you're talking to your family and friends, and you're
He's embarrassed.
You can't sleep because you're. This is a dream, a lifelong dream. And it says so. I'll finish. When Brian arrived at the facility, he was turned away and informed that he wasn't actually offered a trial. All things considered, he handled it with more grace than deserving, and that's when he went on social media. He said, went on Twitter.
I'm surprised the Falcons didn't reach back out to him and say, you know what, we apologize for this. Why don't you come out?
Some good did come out of it, but they did, and it wasn't just them. He said on Twitter, "It's been a rough few days, but I felt I need to clear the air and get this off my chest. Honestly, ready to move on from the situation. I'm ready to move on from the situation, and respectfully, I do not feel like talking about it over and over again."
Right.
Brian told ESPN. Yes, whoever did this to me is very wrong, but I'm moving on from the situation. I forgive them for whatever reason they chose to do it. I honestly would not like the person who pulled this stunt on me to be publicly humiliated. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. You talk about a humble player. I mean, it's one thing to be a good player. It is another thing to be a humbled good player. Right. So, yeah, I believe it's not in this article, but they did reach out to him. I think they did, and he is gonna get I believe 2 tryouts or something like that. So
yeah, because
let me try to find it. But I mean, that's like.
So when he got to the stadium, they said,
"I don't want him away." They would.
Yes, for you. You're fired.
So that's what they did to him?
He was fired before he got hired. I mean, that's just that's horrible, man. So
you fired, water boy.
Yeah, that's horrible, man.
Huh.
So, I mean, you got to be a no good sack of everything.
He got catfished.
Yeah.
Then to do something like that, I mean, I don't know.
People are terrible.
That.
People are terrible.
Wow.
You got nothing better to do. Nothing better to do.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I got this news, and I know you listened to it. I don't agree with him, and I understand that this is what he's doing. But GM Steve Yzerman is keeping Jeff Blashill as a coach. We play hard. I don't, like I said, I don't agree with it. And I'll just play a little clip for it.
Please let us know in the chat. Okay. First off, I apologize for keeping everyone being late to the party, so to speak. Here, I was tied up with something else that I needed to attend to, and so once again, sorry to keep you all waiting. Our first question is from Open. Great news.
Hey, Steve, how you doing today?
Good, Ted. How are you?
Good. Just talk to us about your decision. I mean, what brought you to the conclusion that Jeff's the right man for just so continue on the job?
Well, I would say 2 things maybe most important to me. And one, I feel our team is collectively very competitive. Whether we played well or not every night was different, but we played hard, and I think our players play hard, and I think that's a reflection of the coaching staff that they have the coaching staff has the respect of the players, and that was important. The other part is Jeff has really shown to work with me with transitioning our young players into the lineup, being patient with them. Not handing them positions or ice time, really forcing them to earn it and guiding them along and being firm. Yet,
so I get what he's saying, but I don't agree with it because they've been shitty for a while. You know what I mean? And they got a guy at the helm.
Right.
I just don't think that they're going in the right direction. To be honest with you, they got the money. They should be able to go out and get the right players. Well, that's fine if you want to bring these rookies up. That's fine, but they got the money. They should be able to go out and spend. I just don't think the coach is the right guy for the job. He wasn't okay before they got Steve Yzerman, but now that they got him at the helm, I think they should get a better coach. I think they should they have the money to go out and get the players. I don't want to lose anymore. The Wings have been the #1 winning team in Detroit for years, and then to see them go through struggles, I lived through the dead, we call it the Dead Wings era. I lived through it. I don't want to see it anymore. I don't want to see them lose. You could see the fucking Lions. They're just used to losing. You could see that the Tigers haven't won since '84. Okay. Wings they've always won. They made the playoffs for 20 fucking seasons.
Right.
I'm tired of fucking them losing. And for him to say, we're going to keep Jeff, he's great. Fuck that. Get rid of the guy.
Right.
Years, he hasn't done anything. Let's move on. Let's make the playoffs. Let's be competitive. He's saying he's competitive. He's not competitive. You're not making the fucking playoffs. What do you mean to me you're competitive? But that's my thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I you know what? he got rid of, but they, from what I was paying attention to in the past year or so, they don't have the money. That's why he got rid of Mantha, traded him to where's he at over there with Washington, and so he got rid of a lot. He got rid of a lot. I don't want to say a lot, but a lot of like a good handful of bad contracts that we were locked in. So obviously, man, he's trying to build flexibility with being able to bring in certain other players and stuff like that. Like you said, yeah, we brought up some guys and stuff like that, like Mantha and guys like Larkin and them. I mean, some of that stuff is just not working. You know what I mean? But yeah, I understand. I understand. As far as the coach, I understand the frustration.
I know when it goes back to Ken, he made a lot of bad decisions at the end.
Right.
Just like Joe Dumars made a lot of bad decisions.
And Al Avila and right.
It's okay. Oh, let's get it right. You know
It's
what I
like they're all stuck in the same pile, in the same quicksand, man. It's crazy, but I don't know who, like it. I'll go back to like the Jim Leland thing. People wanted him gone because we didn't win the big one, and I asked over and over, who could we bring in that is not under contract? Who could we bring in to remain in the same position, if not win the whole thing? And I don't know who was out there as far as like when it comes to the coaches right there. Now, I heard a couple names, but I don't even like. I've been so out of touch with hockey that you know what I mean. Like I feel like they gave him a 2-year deal. Blashill a 2-year deal.
That was a 3-year deal, I thought.
Was it? Well, I think he had one left, and then they added 2 on. So I don't know. I think there's stipulations in there. I just think he's gonna be, like I said, man, that scapegoat. You know what I mean? He's here until they build the roster up. But they got all these draft picks coming up, so I think he's just gonna be there until we, the players progress, and then we go after another head coach whose contract is going to be up after these playoffs. And like, I don't know who's.
So you can rely on draft picks.
You know what I mean?
Right. Reason why they won in the 90s to the 2000s.
Right.
They had scouting. They went out.
Right.
They went to Russia. They went to Sweden. They went to get the best players around the world. Right. They didn't worry about draft picks,
and they played them.
They had the Steve Yzerman.
They played those players though. That's the thing. They didn't let them sit. Well,
what I'm trying to tell you is the problem is, I think, is scouting. They don't have a good guy that's going out and scouting for them, going overseas, grabbing these players, and just getting better talent. Okay, that's fine, but a lot of times people that are playing, let's say playing in college or whatever, they're not ready for the NHL. A lot of these other guys, these other countries are ready. There's not a lot of
the players that to agree with you. Those are the players that we found back in the early 2000s. Now that players that were ready to play and can contribute now. You know what I mean? And now we have these guys just sitting in the back. No, I see what you're saying. I agree with you. for sure. But and you gotta remember. Look,
it is a Wings fan. That's all.
Right, and you gotta remember. Mike Ilitch, when he passed away, man, that took a big toll on the Tigers and the Red Wings, and you know what I mean. So I don't know what Chris Ilitch is. Like I said, he can fix a lot of things, man, and they have the money. I don't know as far as that goes with Chris Ilitch and the Red Wings, but I know he can fix the Tigers as far as spending money. Well, but and will that work? You don't know, so. I see what Steve Yzerman is doing, and that's how I'm looking at Blashill, is just, being there and being just to be there for the progress of these younger players. And I don't think he's going to be there, though, for 3 years. I don't see that. So, but yeah, I see the fans' frustration, man, and that's why I wore this shirt today, because we're not in the playoffs. So,
right.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. But they definitely need to build quicker and faster, and not let these players see what you got early, man.
Right.
So you know where to go with it.
So Bill Lambier's birthday today.
Mm-hmm.
Make me want to elbow somebody. for no reason.
Does it outplay you?
Is he like 64, 65?
Nobody can shoot the three like him, man.
Now I'm the one that you call when it's time to ball. With my West Coast G's, it's a three-piece jaw. Came on lock from the top of the key. Merch quick and day rock is hot. We hit the three, we here. Meant to be, no fear for enemy. Feel energy, we near infinity. We timeless. Rhymes just fine, just to see through. About to put the full court press on your weak crew. You can't defend, you fake, you pretend. It's up and going in. Now watch me go for 10. Star in my own right, you better play this up.
I don't know who's rapping that. I don't want to get blocked, but no, he's 64.
Bill Lambier, white chocolate.
Right.
He was too. He was white chocolate back in the day. He had all the black girls like, "Hey, Bill."
I don't know. Like I
felt like that guy was one. I felt like he was one of my uncles or something like that.
Yeah, I loved him. He was rowdy as fuck.
Who's rapping? I don't want to get blocked.
Keep the Cowboys. Pump it up.
Why is that? Why do you gotta put music on these fucking highlights? I don't want to see that.
They want us to get blocked.
Yeah.
They want to cock block us.
Yeah.
Block. I don't want to. I don't want to hear.
I'm already banned from half the shit. They're trying to get me banned.
You banned. What you doing on Marketplace? Did you get banned?
But who the fuck gets banned from Marketplace? Me. I don't even know what I did. I didn't do anything. I just got a notice that said I had an issue with Marketplace and that my access has been restricted and that I need to literally, I had to like write this like request, and I did it back on the 2nd, and it told me I would have an answer in 7 days, and it still didn't happen. So now every day I'm just like writing some smart ass remark like my shit every day. Fuck, who gets banned from Marketplace? I didn't even know that was a thing.
That's pretty hilarious.
What's crazy is I had somebody back around, I guess I guess it was back around the 2nd, come out to the house and give me an estimate. You know what probably happened, Drake? Remember I told you that guy gave me that estimate for that like outrageous price to cut my grass, like $400 literally he told me $400 to cut my grass. He probably reported me. I can't think of any other reason why I'm banned from Marketplace. He probably got mad that I didn't pay $400 because that's where I found him.
I think this one doesn't have
the situation. Yeah, it's because he's a dirty player. Yeah, he had to do what he had to do. I understand that. You take like Ricky Mahorn, he'd hit you and all that, but he'd hit you. You know you're gonna get hit. Yeah, he didn't try to maim you. Right. Bill tried to hurt you.
music again. It doesn't have any lyrics.
Oh yeah, remind me of that. Great.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know what. I thought
Bill tried to
I ain't
hurt
seen
you.
enough Michael Jordan busting ass. No, I'm just playing.
He said he tried to maim you. White chocolate wasn't fucking around. Wow.
Yeah, when I think of, when I think of Bill Lambert, I think of nothing but elbows. I just want to elbow somebody.
I thought we talked about this already, but Chris Bosh, Paul Pierce, Chris Webber.
We talked about one guy.
Yeah,
I think.
And are all headed to the Hall of Fame class.
Yeah, Hall of Fame.
I didn't like Chris Bosh. I didn't like Paul Pierce. Of course, Chris.
Well, you know what, Chris Bosh. When he first came in the league, man. He was great. He played defense. He could score. I mean, as a player, I was okay with him. I kind of looked at him like, I'm not comparing their styles or nothing like that, or even their play. But I'm just saying, as far as me liking him as a player, like Kevin Garnett, I'm a big fan of Kevin. Bigger fan of Kevin Garnett, but I mean, he was just, you didn't see players like that too much. You know what I mean? Right. That could play defense, score the ball, pass. I mean, he always reminded me of like a I don't know. He just looked like a dinosaur, bro. That could play basketball.
Right.
Brontosaurus, Brontosaurus that could play. He was just so long and just. But most guys like that were sloppy. Sean Bradley, George Mears, like guys like that. You know what I mean? Not every big man could play big. So I was okay with Chris Bosh. Paul Pierce, I mean, whether I like him or not, he's one of the greatest Celtics ever. You know what I mean? Back to back. He won championships. So I mean, he was amazing, man. He was amazing. Chris Webber, I'm happy for him. Happy for Ben Wallace, the only first undrafted player to put in the Hall of Fame, and that's amazing, man. It just, like I said, it shows you that you can do, you know what I mean? Like people, you don't have to score 1 million points to be a factor on your team and stuff like that. So, yeah, congratulations to all of them. And just to name a couple other members of the class, I mean, Rick Adelman, guy coached the Sacramento, that was Chris Webber's coach, so for a while. So Bill Russell, who won 2 championships as a coach for his time on the sideline, just a Tony Koo coach. A lot of good names there, man. Cotton Fitzsimmons, longtime NBA coach. So good names. But yeah, right. Congratulations, man. They definitely deserve it. Chris Webber, never won a ring, but definitely won. I mean, man, what can you say about that guy?
Mm-hmm.
He was making behind the back passes and coast to coast shit. He was doing all that shit in like middle school, let alone high school and college, man. So, yeah, congratulations to all of them.
There's some Big Ben highlights right here for you.
What a jump ball! Wow. Now that was beautifully timed by Ben Wallace. Just watch this. Just like right there. How about that? Right on the ball. It is so difficult to block someone O'Neal's size that close.
Better than 50% from the floor. Knocked away by Kobe. Stack gets it back. Turns. Fires. Go. Do you believe Fox with the foul?
Control of this.
A moment ago, unbelievable on the stick pass.
All we had was Jerry.
He just kind of guides it through with his forearm.
You know what? In time, it'll be a much unbelievable block.
Crazy. I remember that.
Almost have to see it.
I really remember that. That was his last year.
Outside for Pan. Let's it go. And with a triple blast. There was only a second on the shot clock. Finally, they went outside to Pan, and he knocked it down.
Now they're in 2-3 zone. This is the second time that we have seen it.
Diced up with shot clock at 5. Hamilton makes his move. The hand in his face can't get the ball. Wallace the rebound. Hunter for 3. Wallace tips it again and keeps it alive. Inside hit Rice. Ben Wallace.
Just amazing, man.
Good job for that one. That was good.
I'm so happy for him. Undrafted.
I loved Grant Hill when he was here, and I was devastated when he had his ankle, hurt his ankle.
Right.
And I was very sad when he left. But you know what? We wouldn't have won a championship if it wasn't for that trade. So,
right.
We got Ben Wallace and Chucky Atkins, who was a great player off the bench. Thank you, Ben.
So, thank you, Ben. So we'll move on to I was asking you the new NBA I guess platform or whatever. So it's I was trying to make heads or tails, but it seems so confusing. I think what we decided was now there's 10 teams instead of 8. 9 and 10 play like a wild card, and then that winner plays. I guess they plays the 8, and then from there you got 1 and 8 play, or they goes on and on and on. But it's so confusing. I know it's trying to give
like this. The format that changed in 1984. 16 teams are in it's the A seed from 1 through 8 in the West, 1 through 8 in the East.
Right.
Okay, so all they did was there's 6 guaranteed teams that make the playoffs in the East and West. It's not 8. So all they're doing is taking 7th and 8th seed, and they're excluding them from automatically being in the playoffs. So that's why they have to play the 7th and 8th. They have to play the 9th and the 10th. So they're just giving you it's an extra.
It's a 4. I mean? It's a 4-team mini series, and then whoever gets.
It's just that's all it is. So it used to be 8 teams from East that automatically. We used to always be like, damn, if the Pistons could just get in and get, even whether they get swept or not, at least they'll get some experience. Well, now the 8th seed, which is the Lakers, look who they got to play. So it's like, you know what I mean? And that kind of it just shuffles it a little bit, but it's really the same basically. It's just 8. It's not 8. It's not 16 teams that are in.
Right.
It's 12.
It's 12
that are automatically in. So it's just an extra couple playoff games, which is during the COVID they did that, which I would think to produce more money and more ratings, more TV watch, TV time, all that type of stuff. So I mean, hey, like I said, anything that gives our Detroit teams an extra chance, man, I'm all for it. So, but I don't know if that's gonna stick or not. It looks like it might. Especially with the COVID, we don't know.
I gotta be honest with you. I like the 16 team thing.
Yeah, I mean, we're old school, so we like to just sometimes if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But like I said, with the COVID and all that it just shows you the type of things and change that COVID has done, man. Even the little things that might not matter to certain people when it comes to sports or whatever else. But yeah, I like to leave some things alone, but
all right. So Kobe's Bryant, his wife was at the announcement inducting him into the Hall of Fame. Emotional tribute for the wife.
Shares a beautiful photo from her senior prom.
Damn, wish I went to her prom with her.
Damn.
Same day as her dad Kobe's NBA Hall of Fame induction ceremony. The 18-year-old poses in a beautiful pink dress and corsage in a post to her 2.5 million Instagram followers. She captions the photo prom with a pink heart emoji. In the comments, Natalia gets some star-studded support. Actress Lily Collins calls her just the prettiest there is with 2 heart emojis, and Dakota Fanning adds heart and flower emojis. Natalia's mom, Vanessa, writes, "I love you, baby." Natalia is the eldest child of Kobe and Vanessa Bryant, and her prom happened to fall on the same day as her late father's Hall of Fame induction ceremony, which was delayed due to the pandemic. While Natalia couldn't make it to the actual induction ceremony, she did get to partake in the tip-off celebration and awards gala on May 14th before heading back to Los Angeles the next day for her prom. Natalia shared an Instagram story from the special night showing a room filled with balloons, including ones that spelled out the word prom. She thanked her mom and famed event planner Mindy Weiss in the post. Vanessa also expressed her appreciation for her daughter and shared a sweet story to her own Instagram. "When I was a senior in high school, Kobe and I were engaged, and he had a playoff game the night of my prom," Vanessa writes. "Kobe didn't want me going to prom without him, and I didn't want to go without him." She continued, "When we heard Natalia's prom night and Kobe's Hall of Fame night were on the same night, I looked at Natalia and said, well, if it's any consolation, Daddy kept me from going to my prom, so it's only right that he tried to keep you from going to yours."
So I watched some highlights of him going through his.
That was a sign from him, by the way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, they interviewed him when he was 18 till he recently passed. But some of his interviews, I don't know. I was kind of choked up because I was like, I was never a fan of Kobe just because he was a Laker, but he was actually pretty intelligent. Was able to speak Spanish, all that stuff.
He knew like 4 languages, man. Italian.
Right? Yeah, four languages. Yeah, and it just makes it sad because he made a beautiful family. I know there were some things where he cheated and this and that, but overall, I thought he was a great human being. So
he had so much to give, man.
Yeah,
so much more to give, and it's just very heartbreaking.
I was watching, and I was in tears. I'm like, it's sad that just a young guy, he's leaving all these. I have daughters, right? So I'm just getting emotional. Like, damn, he leaves all these girls behind, and for his daughter to go to prom, and it's just
that. And you know what? That's great. Real quick, and then I wanted to hear what Tori has to say. But like, I wasn't, like I said, as a kid, I hate Michael Jordan. I used to say that too. But like, one thing I did, like I said, like kind of with my memorabilia, I'm like, yeah, I might not like this player and all that, but guess what? I got their cards. I got a figure. I got some autographed shit of them because I'm not stupid and I'm a sports fan all the way around. So,
right,
Kobe, I listened to whenever they were being interviewed or whatever after a game and all that. I wasn't one of the people that were like, I don't care, man, F you or whatever, you know what I mean, and change the channel. I listened to probably 90% of all their interviews, man, after they kicked either the Pistons' ass, my team's ass, or somebody else's team's ass. So I always wanted to hear what they said and how they carried themselves and how they spoke and everything. And I watched the interview like maybe a couple days or prior to him passing. I watched the interview, and then I watched one afterwards, and it was on real late at night. And I took just what you said. I mean, he was just so smart and just so caring and just
giving.
I mean, so much knowledge, man. But yeah, so what did you think? I mean, how do you feel, Tori, like with everything going on with how his wife is? Like, I mean, I know you follow her on Instagram. I think,
yeah, I do.
Like just her being so strong and everything,
Yeah, I was more of a Kobe off the court fan than I was of him on the court. I personally didn't really follow him the game wise.
Right.
I did though follow him and his wife for many years because they raised many funds. I think it was over like 80 million for cancer, for the Stand Up to Cancer research back in like 2012, 13, 14 kind of time. So all of that really stood out to me. I followed their charity work. I followed all of the things that they did off the court. And so when when him and his daughter passed, a lot of people know him as Kobe the basketball star, but I knew him as Kobe the philanthropist, Kobe the dad, Kobe the parent, and the person who was giving back to his community and trying to make a difference. So a huge hole was left in this earth when he left. I know his wife is proud of the legacy that he's left behind and his daughter, his remaining daughters. And I'm proud of her for how she's continuing to push through and carry on, because she didn't just lose her husband, she lost her child. And as much as people want to say, oh, she lost her husband, me losing a child, I feel as if that pain is worse. Not to say that losing your spouse isn't.
Right.
And who he was.
That's why whenever I talk about him,
he birthed her
his
child,
daughter,
right?
Too.
So she has this immense pain, and then the person she's supposed to be able to turn to and share this pain with was taken from her as well. So I just can't even imagine having that double pain. But for her to continue and push forward for her daughters, because she's still a mom. She still has other daughters that are watching her and that are dealing with the grief as well, from losing their sibling and their father. So my hat goes off to her. She is one amazing, strong woman. So very, very proud of her. Very proud of her.
Yeah, just like I said, when I was watching some of his videos when he was, I never paid attention just because, I wasn't a Laker fan, but just to watch some of his videos and just it's devastating, for him,
Mhm.
for her to deal with losing a husband, losing a
Right.
child. It's so hard.
Yeah, and I agree with both you guys. Like when I watched that, just people are like, "Oh, you're a sports fan." I'm a
He was
sports
more
fan.
than that.
I'm a sports
He was
fan
more than that.
because I realized growing up, once I really started understanding what it takes for these athletes to make it to where they want to, their dreams and all that goes. But I'm a sports fan because of the things that these people do, their paths to where these players make it.
Mhm.
So that's why I try to call everything down the line. I criticize when need to be criticized, whether you're on or off the court, because it matters. Because
basketball is just a tool. It's just a platform for you to get out there and make money, to make an impact, and to change people's lives. And to me, yeah, you can be a great athlete, right? But what you do with your platform off the field, off the court, when you're not out there, I respect that so much more, because you could just be a total douchebag and have all this money and not make an impact in life, and people are mourning you because you threw a ball really well, other than actually making a difference in people's lives and using what your talents, and your God-given gifts and your abilities to actually change lives and to better the universe and the people here and leave a legacy behind. And so
exactly.
I follow sports players, but I follow more of them off the field, like I said, and their wives and what they do behind the scenes. I think that really shows their character and who they are. And when people say, "Oh, he was just a basketball player," then you don't really know much about him.
Right, and that's what
because
I mean.
that was as big as that was the small part about him,
but
and how crazy
and that's
that
what
sounds.
I mean when I say what I said about growing up and liking and idolizing players and all that. We didn't know what they did. Now
we didn't know that.
Now you can just go through their Instagram and get a great idea of how this person is and how they operate their life and the daily routines. But back then, that's what I mean by I'm a sports fan, because I like certain people's past. That's why I'm fans of certain players. Not because Tayshaun Prince was my favorite player, and people, but shit, I have to take because of that. Like, oh, you made one block. Oh my God, he made that was a hell of a block, man. I'm just saying he didn't score average 25 points a game, but that's because I liked him. Me, that's who I like. You don't have to like who I like, but that's the beauty of sports. And you don't have to like somebody a la Matt Stafford. Can you imagine? He's so beloved, but can you imagine?
I love him. I love him and his wife so much.
If he was
I want to be their friend.
If he won us one Super Bowl in that 10-year span that he was here, 12 years, can you imagine? Like, they love him already. Can you imagine if he's such a great guy. So they give him all these 1,000 free passes every year, every season, every game when he throws 4 picks or some shit.
Him and his wife are such great humans.
It is a huge deal. Off the court or the field or whatever.
It's huge.
It means just as much. It really does. So.
Absolutely. I really I'm sure she didn't like it, but the prom being the same day as his event and it history repeating itself, because that was I'm all about the signs. I'm all about the signs, and that was him saying, "Hey, baby girl, just letting you know I'm here."
How does it go? Everything happens for a reason, and that's
it was all divine timing. So that was his way of telling her he was with her.
I was like, he's
well, energy doesn't die. Energy doesn't die. It just it's just moved and transferred, and so he was letting her know that he was there with her. And so
I feel like
Vanessa made sure to point that out.
I feel like we're like, I don't know, maybe I'm just being a weirdo, but I feel like because I follow her and all that, and it's like I follow her even more now because I just want to see that she's happy, and she's
Gotta
been doing a lot
support
of awesome stuff too, you know, charity wise and business wise. But I feel like dang, I feel like I've been following her as long as I've been following Kobe Bryant. Now it's like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
You know,
but I just want to see a smile on her
grief-
face because I can't imagine.
Grief is a funny thing, as you know. Grief is a
Right.
funny thing, and so when you come from a certain place, you try to, you know, we all have our moments where we just want to lay in bed and cry and do whatever and just not do anything.
Right.
But then we have our other moments where we want to do the most, we want to help the most, we want to see the most, and we want to keep going because it keeps our mind going. But it helps us get through the day and it heals. And she's no different. Just because she's got a lot of commas in her bank account and people know who she is more, right? She's no different. She's no different. She's a human. And again, she's grieving 2 losses at one time. So again, my heart goes out to her, and I'm so proud of her for the way that she's continuing to push forward and keep their legacy alive and make an impact on people while grieving. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
She's a beautiful soul.
All right, so
I had to go get my cat. Almost a half a
You
slap.
and your cat.
You and your cat.
He's like
Somebody
crawling
your
in.
cat
He's
pajamas.
over here
Somebody your
crawling
cat
in some
pajamas.
shit and about to drop a weight on him, so I had to go shoo him out of there.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know what he's doing because he hears me talking. He thinks I'm talking to him. He's a weird. I don't know. I got a weird cat.
Are you a cat guy? Like a
Cat
cat
guy.
lady, like a cat guy? You
He's a
just got
cat-
one cat?
Well, it was my daughter's,
Oh, okay.
and it
I
became
like how you
mine.
had
And it became mine.
my
So
daughter. What's your cat's name?
Herman.
What did I ask? You
H-Town.
totally look like a guy that would have a cat named Herman.
Herman.
Oh, I told the story before, but I didn't like cats. I didn't like cats at all ever growing up, and I decided to give in for my daughter when she was like 5 years old, and let her mom buy her a cat. Her mother thought it was a girl, and at the time they were big Harry Potter fans, and my daughter named her. So my daughter named the cat Hermione from Harry Potter. And then like 2 weeks later, my ex-wife was like, "Oh my God, it's a fucking boy." I was like, "You gotta tell her." She was like, "No, I'm not gonna tell her." I was like, "You gotta tell her. What do you mean? You're gonna devastate her?" Like, and so I just started calling him Herman. She
That's
still
funny.
calls him Hermione or whatever.
We have a lizard. We have a lizard that we thought was a boy, and his name was
cat's all
Big
confused.
Lou. Yeah, Big
Right.
Lou. He's a little lizard. He's gangster, right? So we figured out Big Lou is a girl. So now she's Lulu.
There you go.
Big Lulu. Yeah.
Damn. So okay. Thank you for making me feel normal.
Same. Yeah.
So I was
It's
like,
Zach's lizard. Zach's
what a
lizard.
weird
Big Lulu.
story.
Big Lulu.
That's funny. Yeah, to turn them up and be like, oh.
Well, they did, they don't, they have like the little like lines or whatever underneath, but you can't, you have to get a certain age before you can see them. I mean, unless you're really good with reptiles, then you can sex it, but I'm not, I just waited until I could figure it out on my own.
Yeah,
and
that's
you would
pretty-
think they would have told me at the store, but they never did, right?
Wow.
And she's definitely got a girl attitude now that she's older, right? And then too, I was like, I was kind of thinking it because I'm looking at it and I'm looking at comparing other ones online, and you can
Right.
kind of see the different colors and
Features
features
and
of
stuff,
certain
right.
ones that are very similar to each other, like they have a pattern. And I'm like, I don't think this is a boy. And Zach's like, his name's fucking Big Lou. He's a boy. Like he was dead set on this lizard being a boy,
Yeah,
right? And I had to
that's
break it to
kinda
him.
what
I was
it
like,
was with my daughter. Like, she didn't
sorry,
want to-
buddy. It's a girl. He's like,
I
how
was
do
like,
you know?
she's-
And
yeah,
then I
I'm
had
like,
to show him.
I told my ex-wife, I said, she's 5 years old. She's not going to care. She's just happy she got a cat.
Right.
It could
No,
be
they
alien
care.
cat. She could be alien
care.
cat. She's
Alien
happy.
cat.
She'll be all right.
Transgender cat. We had
Right.
a transgender
Hey.
lizard.
Might as well. I mean,
Hey, Lulu. Fuck it. Big Lou.
funny. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
That is funny.
Yeah. Same. We got the same thing going on.
I remember Drake had a
It's
cat.
cool though. It's cool as fuck.
He hated cats too. You weren't a cat guy either, huh?
No, it was for my ex-wife.
Okay. See the things we do, us men put up with. Jeez.
Yeah,
For the love
I
of
like
others.
certain cats. I like my girlfriend's cats. She's got cats, but they're like dogs.
Right.
But they grew up with dogs, so they're they're the same. They're still assholes though. Cats. See, the reason I can't fuck with cats because cats don't fucking listen. You tell a cat, the cat look right at you and knock some shit right over and look at you like, and what you gonna do about it?
You know
right?
what my cat used to do?
Or get up
You know
on
what he
a
used to do?
counter.
I would be laying on the couch or something, and I'd have my cup sitting there,
Oh.
and he would real slow, and
Yeah.
I can't catch him. I'm too lazy to get him.
No, I'm too
Gone.
lazy.
I used to be like,
No.
so I used to wait though and creep and have one eye open sometimes, and take my socks and whack.
Fuck them up.
There you go.
No, I can't. I like cats, but they get out. They're too disobedient. They're too like bougie. They're too like they run the house. They want to know why you're home
some
in
are
their
extra
house.
wild.
Or they wait till the middle
of
of the night and they're running the fuck around crazy in the middle of the night when you're trying to sleep.
Right.
I knew somebody had a cat that went in their closet and knocked down. They had these collectibles, right?
Oh.
This fucking cat. They had tons of shit around their house, but this cat knew that this was their prized collectibles. Went in the top shelf and knocked every motherfucker down.
See,
just
it's
the
not just me.
collectibles.
Like I said,
No,
my cat's pretty
cats-
just fat and lazy and loves
Cats
streets.
are
Only time
assholes.
he doesn't run around like that unless I play with him or something. So, but he's like 11 years old, 12 years old. So
I have a friend who said when the pandemic started and she worked from home, the cat was literally walking around her like, "Why the fuck are you home? Did you lose your job?
right,
Like, why are you
wasn't
here?
used to it.
You're not
Right.
supposed to be
I
here."
can see
She
that.
said the cat was a dick to her for like the first 2 months she was home. Like,
So it
you're
was
here
pretty
on my
similar
time.
to her husband or boyfriend, probably then same thing.
Same. hmm
Same.
That's crazy.
Literally, she had to deal with an attitude from the cat from being home at her own house.
So we'll move on to the last subject. Nothing about the Tigers. Well, yeah, a little bit about Tigers. But Kevin Palar drilled in the face by a 94 MLB fastball, and I'll play it for you real quick if I can get to it.
Breaking news: there's another no-hitter going on right now.
Only 6 hits and 2 runs, and you see that against the Mets.
Watch this. I can't even see.
Yeah, he couldn't check his swing. Max Fried with a sweeping breaking ball has his first strikeout. And that truly does have a big head. If he wouldn't trade number to Taiwan Walker, who's out on 3 pitches, that's looking less and less likely. As Farkas swings and misses, 3 strikeouts for Max Fried.
And he can give this team a boost later.
I don't think this is the clip. What the fuck? Multiple.
Even though I'm not a Yankee fan,
Here it is. Fact.
Corey Kluber, no-hitter, at the top of the 9th right now.
On it.
Oh, and he hit him in the helmet. Oh, my.
It's even worse.
And blood coming out of the nose of Kevin Pillar, who was struck flush by that pitch. He forces in a run, but the concern for Pillar, you can see the concern on the face of Jacob Webb.
Man, if you're the pitcher, man, that's
That was fucking. That looked like it hurt.
I've been hit.
Yeah.
I've been hit in the face 3 times. I've been hit, as you can tell, my beat up aspect. I've been hit in the side. I've been hit a lot of times, but it wasn't 95. I wasn't thrown by somebody that could throw 95 miles an hour, probably 60 miles an hour. But so
I took that shit like a champ. That shit hurt. I know it
did. There's a few things in life that I can't stand. Anything with Nels bending backwards or screeching on the board.
And balls to the face.
The Yankees. Maybe 4 things. The Yankees.
Sorry.
I was thinking about that. Okay.
The Yankees and
balls to the face
like
up here.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, there was a lot of jokes. I mean, it wasn't funny.
Balls to the
obviously,
face
but,
are definitely bad for your health.
Sometimes. Sometimes they can be fun to your health.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
The Tigers no hitter yesterday. What throw Tiger?
Spencer Turnbull.
Yeah. What number is it? And
8th in franchise history.
He's done it! Spencer Turnbull throws the 8th no-hitter in Tigers history.
What number is he at now?
What's that?
What number was he in franchise history?
That was number 8. Last one to do that was on May 7, 2011, Justin Verlander, of course, to do it back to back. And there's only a couple stats that I'll say. 2019, Turnbull he went 3-17.
Uh-huh.
And he hit 16 batters. So for him to, he always had a lot of promise and stuff like that. So, I mean, we were just, once again, going back to that, waiting for players to progress, man. And, organization always knew that he could be that type of pitcher. He did do it against a team that already had a no-hitter thrown against them this month. And Seattle Mariners, their batting average as a team was like 199, but I don't care. That shit was amazing. And like I said, for it to be only the 8th no-hitter in Tigers history, that says a lot about the organization. I mean, we're one of the oldest baseball organizations around, over 100 years. So, I mean, that's awesome, man. Hopefully, maybe I don't know what it can spark, but it was pretty fun to listen to, and I watched the highlights afterwards. So, and like I said, New York, the Yankees pitcher right now, Corey Kluber, he actually got a no-hitter going into the bottom of the 9th right now. So, I don't know, man. So this would be that, and that was the 5th no-hitter on the season. So it looks like there might be another one tonight. Of course, it would be a Yankee to, come and take the shine that fast away from a Tiger getting a no. But no, it's all history, man. So I thought that was pretty cool. Give the fans something to be happy about for a minute.
Or a second.
For a hot second. Right.
For a hot second.
Last story of the night, Pujols ended up getting signed to the Dodgers.
Future Hall of Famer Albert Pujols are in agreement on a major league deal for the remainder of the season per source. I know, John, you've been over there on your phone as well. I think I interrupted you. Was this what you were working on?
Well, we're working on it now. Jorge Castillo credit on this one. Very interesting.
What's your thoughts on that, Alex?
Like I said, man, I mean, it's a big bat, and I'll make it short and sweet. I mean, the thing I like, he just got his first. He went 1 for 4 yesterday. Got his first RBI as a Dodger. It looked weird seeing him in that Dodger blue, man. It that looked crazy. So, but I mean, I like that he came out and said, "Look, wherever they position me, I'm ready to fill whatever role they need me to fill." So, Hall of Famer, man, and once again, like Tori brought up earlier, as far as off the field, I mean, you never heard nobody saying nothing bad about Albert Pujols, man. So he's a surefire Hall of Famer. Respects the game until we, find out. Hopefully, we don't hear nothing after he's
nothing
he's
creeps up
retired
on
or
him, but
like
we're gonna go with what we know now.
Right, you know what I mean. But yeah, man, I think it's cool. And we talked about this the other day. Like the big money teams. I mean, I was like, I'm not surprised he went there, but it was either the Yankees or the Dodgers. I don't know. I think I said Houston and the Dodgers, maybe. I don't know, but we'll see, man. We'll see. See how he goes, if he could last the season. But I think it's gonna. I like the old schoolers, so he's one of the last of the Mohicans left, and I'm interested to see how he does. And if he gets a ring, man, that's awesome because he deserves it. So,
all right.
Shout out. So next time we got to talk about this young man by the name of I might say it wrong. Shohei. I always say Shohei or Shohei Ohtani for the Angels. Mike Trout going out, man. This kid is like, I don't know if you've been watching him, if you guys caught anything on him, but he is the biggest story in baseball that we've seen in a long time. I mean, he's coming out and he's pitching. He's a starting pitcher. He's coming out.
Yeah, I saw something on him. I didn't know how to pronounce his name either.
Getting like 9 or 10 Ks a game, Tori. And then he's going and playing the field, and then he's smashing 440 feet home runs and shit. Like, this kid is just amazing. It's pretty crazy to watch. So I'm trying to look and see if they come and play us over here, because hopefully it's a couple months away, because I'm not ready to really step out, but I might have to because this kid's amazing. He's doing some crazy shit, man. So
what's his name?
Shohei Ohtani. I'm sorry.
Ohtani.
I'm getting there. I'm getting it.
I couldn't say it. I was waiting for you before I butchered it.
Who does he play for?
For the Angels. Yeah, it's crazy. It's fun as hell to watch. He had a home run yesterday, 14th home run. I mean, like, wow. It's pretty amazing.
Wow.
Like, since Willie Mays, since, guys like that, you don't see shit like this in baseball. You don't see a guy strike out 10 people and then, or hit a home run, however you want to slice it. Hit a home run, man. I mean, yesterday's home run was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I mean, he's
a pitcher?
He's a pitcher. He's a hitter. He plays defense. He'll shine your shoes. You name it. He's a bad boy. You name it. He's doing it.
Yeah, outside serving the hot dogs. He does it all.
I'm a fan. It's like guys like that I don't care what jersey they wear, man. He's doing some stuff right now. So
we got a caller?
Yeah, we don't have a call.
I'm not here.
Me neither.
What does your jersey say?
Tell him
I
I'm
was
not
trying
home.
to read it.
I
don't want to get too close and scare everybody.
Me? Oh, it's
live.
just his Los Angeles.
Okay, that's dope.
There you go, Alex.
You wearing that for Albert
In the opposite field and well hit. Dahl back, watching, and it's off the top of the wall. Is that a homer? We'll take a look at it again.
That one really well. The ball the scorecard.
First pitch swinging.
Look at that.
Lean into it.
For those that don't get it,
Donnie crushes it to deep left field.
like shoulder high, bro.
Right center. Made the adjustment.
And carried it like that's.
He is not playing.
Shohei got that one.
Most players don't swing at those type of pitches. He's swinging at them and elevating that shit into like a whole other galaxy.
Release of his hand, and the contact was made.
Brayu certainly not trying to hurt anybody. That was just two players getting tangled up awkwardly. Ohtani had to go up on a high air evaluated tomorrow. And the Angels is the 2-2. Got him to chum on that.
Got him.
Nasty.
It's
Nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just.
Fire.
You only see stuff like that every so once in a while, so I root for that shit. That shit's amazing.
Yeah, he's fun to watch.
So I don't have anything left. All I was going to show was upcoming Saturday. We got Marlon Good Money G100, part of the Goon Squad. He'll be on live 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. That's all I got. You can follow him on his Instagram. It's Good Money G100. Facebook under his name. I don't know, Tori. Did you have anything else? That's pretty much all I have.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much all I have. You guys can check out our new website.
Oh yeah, let me go to.
Yeah, let's check out our new website real quick. www.wordonthestreetpod.com. Check out our stuff. Watch our broadcast. Get some cool merch. Check out our blogs.
Just join the family.
Join the fam. Don't forget to yeah, and follow us on all of the platforms, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. Ding. Ding. Join the family. It's a good time.
One quick second.
You pulling up the site?
Yeah, I was just
Sweet.
So it changed the pictures. You can listen to the show. I got to figure out how to do the calendar. You can watch past shows, listen to past shows, buy merch. The hats actually are available now. And
Shop a dope hoodie.
yeah, you
the
got
the
shop, blog, advertise, and contact. And I'm adding the calendar. So it's a work in progress. It's pretty much done. But there you go. You can listen to all the past shows, and you can watch the live feeds. So trying to integrate the live show where you can actually watch it right from there, and that is wordonthestreetpod.com.
Boom.
Where did Alex go? He's all black.
I don't know. He went to go get on the website. He went to go get some merch.
His phone
He's
died.
done.
I know he said he was living on. There he goes.
Is he back?
I thought your phone died.
Hey.
No, I was just trying to check something. I wanted to be a good Samaritan, and yes, everybody knows, like I always preach, I hate the Yankees, but shout out to Corey Kluber, who completes his first career no-hitter.
Wow.
Right, just a second ago.
Oh,
so
wow.
congratulations to them, to the Yankees.
That was very big of you. Good job. And I see you, Gabby. Thanks for watching and tuning in, as always. Much appreciated for your support. You guys, is that it?
That's all I got. Follow me on Drake Swift on all platforms. Alex?
SportsMile313 on Instagram and Twitter. And, yep, like I said, once again, please thank you for tuning in, and hit the subscribe button and the little bell alert button so you can get notified when our shows are our new shows are ready for you to listen to. So that's about it. That's all I got.
Absolutely.
Tori?
And you can follow me on Facebook at Tori Rochelle, on Instagram at All Beauty All Beast, and on Twitter at The Savage Kitty. That's THEE Savage Kitty.
Savage Kitty.
Shout out to Kobe. Shout out to Kobe.
And shout out to Kobe.
Mamba forever.
Mm-hmm. You say?
Thanks, guys. See you Saturday. Make sure you wash your hands, wear your mask, wash your culo, and I'm out.
Oh, see you guys. Have a good night.
God bless.
Good night.
Bye-bye.